All right. You have no backup. You have no reinforcements. No one's gonna come and do it for you. You have to do it all yourself. So, burn it all down. Scorched earth policy. That's how you treat your Mondays. Go out there and get it, y'all. Have a good one. Out.
Most of y'all are already lazy enough. I mean, honestly, most of y'all are lazy enough as it is. I mean, you have trouble doing anything. Well, so you don't need to be smoking a weed that's going to make you even lazier than you already are. So, no, don't do it. You're stupid to do it. It's just, what is it adding? What, you smoking marijuana, what is it? Look, I know what you're saying. Well, it helps me relax. Look. It helps me sleep. It helps me relax. It helps me de-stress, all this stuff. Well, that's not the answer, guy. If you're stressed and you can't relax and you can't sleep, it's probably because your whole dang life is screwed up. How about unscrew up your life? You don't want to do that though, do you? Because that's going to take a little extra work for you. I know you don't want to do that. You just want to smoke your marijuana, right? You're a freaking turd, man, if you smoke marijuana, man. That's what I think about it. You smoke marijuana, you're a dang turd. And I don't care who you are.
What is a growth? The growth of the muscle is the time in which weight is applied to the muscle. The muscle's force of taxation on the muscle. How long of a process is that? If you do one rep like that, the time is milliseconds. If you go the same rep, same weight, you're getting 10 times more out of it. So when you guys get into those sets, don't rush through it.
Look, we had an infant baptism at church yesterday. Look, man. Look, come on, man.
Yeah, you're a Presbyterian. Duh.
Look, man. When you read this, all right. Get the traditions out of your mind, and when you just read the scriptures, about baptism, when people are getting baptized, all this stuff. It is clearly evident that people are baptized when they receive faith and believe the gospel. Like, come on, man. You don't, look, man, I know you're baptizing babies. I know you're trying to make a case for it. I know you're trying to find all these vague scriptures that says, oh, you and your family are baptized. And I know you're doing your best, man. You say the church fathers have been baptizing babies since the 1500s, and John Calvin baptized babies, and Martin Luther baptized babies, and the Pope baptized babies, and so surely we ought to be doing it. It's a sacrament. I know you're coming up with all this stuff. Look, get all that stuff. Let it flutter away and just read the scriptures, and you're gonna see why can't we agree on baptism? The scriptures is not that confusing.
I don't know everything about the Bible. I don't know a lot about it, but I can tell you the Holy Spirit is real. I asked the Holy Spirit to come into my life at a time that I was struggling about 6 months ago. Life was good. I had everything I wanted, but I was going through some struggles with my children. I couldn't figure it out. Like when your kids get older, they become teenagers, and I just submitted totally. I surrendered. I said, all right, God, I'm giving it all to you. And I don't know why, but I started to look into the Bible and I started talking about the Holy Spirit. I never really understood it. I'd hear people say, Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. And I was just like, I don't understand that. And it said the Holy Spirit is the helper who is here with you.
How important do you think it is that we are specific about the names that we use to reference Jesus of Nazareth. Is it okay to reference Jesus of Nazareth, as we always have, by his name in English, Jesus? Or should we know and reference Jesus by his actual name, Yahshua? And the same question applies to God the Father, because we so often now reference God the Father as God, but God is a very general thing in today's culture. And we know that by the scriptures, God the Father has given us his name. He has a personal name, and he's given it Yahweh.